Alright guys, welcome back. I just got a fun little project. I got a couple of hours of just free time or whatever to do, so I just figured I'd do something a little fun. You're gonna have to excuse my voice. Been losing it the past day or two. The whole family had it and now I got it, so they say they're all better, so I got probably another day or two left. So what we got today is we got a I don't know, just a little swap meet wagon you always see pulling around. And I figured I'd do something a little fun when you always see something a little kooky or crazy, so I figured I'd give my shot at it. I don't know how far I'm going to get on it, but I figured I'd just at least get the main part of it done. I recorded cutting it out, but all the audio was terrible, so this is what it looked like. It's been sitting in the trees. I found it after we moved in, and then I'm assuming it's probably back there for, I don't know, 40 years or so, just by the looks of it. So what I did is I cut all this out because it was all rusted. And this is what we're dealing with. And that's all we got left. That's pretty good up here. Back here it started to come up the side. So my idea for the floor is some old wood I had laying around. And I chopped off the ends that weren't flush anymore. So this is what I got, is these boards right here. That'll take care of everything except for 2 inches in the middle. So I'm gonna measure that out and chop these down real quick. Now that we got our boards cut down, what you're gonna do is grab some fancy kitchen scissors, a box, and then you take a marker, mark them, pull them out so you have your template, cut them out, set it onto here, mark it out, go around with the jigsaw and get your corners. Grab our board that we already cut. You should be able to set it right down into there. There we go. Now we got our floor, except for a little gap in the middle. I'm gonna cut one of them. Yes, I have fancy tools. No, I don't want to get them out. So, we're using the bare minimum, pretty much like we always do. I like the red racing stripe in it. Got a little wonky right there. All right, we're back. It's the next day. Voice is pretty much back, so we're gonna keep working on this fun little project. Here's what our floor looks like out of this. All we did was put 2, so this is kind of loose down here right now, but we'll fix that later. Now, here's what we have for our sides. The sides look pretty good. Gosh, those things. But right back here is really bad, and the same spot on the other side is really bad. So, we're gonna call this the back. And what does the back of every hot rod have? Wheel tubs. So, I got this, what I'm assuming was an old water dish for the dog. Found it out back in the scrap pile too. And it's got the same color rust and it has the same patina on it. So I think what we're gonna do, put that about right there. On the other side, we'll do the same thing. And that gets rid of all the rust on the other side too. let's do the next side. There we go. Man, look at that body. Chopped. I just tried to flip my helmet down right when I'm in the helmet. I have welded rust to rust. We got a little bit off on one side, but I think we're close enough. All right, now we got that. I got some more wheels. That will be the rears. And I found I don't know what this used to be. And now I have an axle. There. And then for my fronts, I have one of their old Schwinn bicycles. So we're gonna rip the back axle off of this, and this is actually gonna be the front. All right, we got our back axle off here. So we'll set it under there. There's our look. What you just seen me weld was this, and this. And then I put a washer in there. Always wear your helmet just like I did. But look at them welds. Aren't they just the prettiest? Ooh. Them some good ones. Alright, all I did there was weld together 3 little pieces of scrap metal. Look at them welds. Perfect. Alright, there you have it. We ended up welding another washer on there and just grinding it flat. That way the weld wasn't sticking up past anything, catching anything. And we put that weld, that weld, that weld, and that weld onto there. I drilled 3 holes off a camera. Ah, that's hot, don't touch that. We'll throw 3 screws down in to help hold that wood floor down on the bottom here, because actually there's nothing holding this wood into the bottom of it. Alright, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. We got a nice little rake up front. For right now, we gotta figure out a handle. A good reach for me is gonna be, I'd say 3 feet. And I think I know just the thing, because when you're a hoarder like me, in case you didn't see before, we have standard wrenches and metric wrenches. Then we come over to our next toolbox. Standard ratchet wrenches, more standard ratchet wrenches, more wrenches, and even more wrenches. So I think I know what my handle's gonna be. Allied 13/16? Yep. Craftsman 5/8? Yep. An Empire 7/8. Chrome Vanadium. A Thorsen 9/16? Perfect. 11/16, so they don't have a name on it. Perfect. These guys get to live another day. These guys don't. Let's go weld. Alright, I did a bunch of welding off camera because I felt this thing was dragging on a little bit, but I'll show you how it ended up. We ended up welding a screwdriver there for a handle. There's our wrenches all bent. Our wrenches come down, and I welded 2 nuts onto them. around a piece of rebar so it actually pivots off them nuts. And then just a nut welded to a nut to give a spacer for that rebar there. And then the front end pivots just like that. And then we move back to our rear end, and I actually found a piece of old cattle gate that's nice and rusty. And then the old Schwinn off the back of the tricycle over there to give a nice little wing. The only thing I have left is to mount the rear end on here, but I think that's where we're gonna leave you for this one. So another fun project down.